Okay, a short video on inequalities to show you how we solve this type of question. I'm going to take the worksheet that I've put on the website as your assignment to do on inequalities, and I'll do some of the questions for you in this video. So I'll start off with number one. Number one, we've got 4x plus 6, and then that symbol there means less than. So an arrow pointing to the left means less than. So 4x plus 6 is less than 2x plus 14. If you're told that is the statement, what you've got to do is find all the x values that make that a true statement. Right, the method that we're going to use is the same method that you would use to solve an equation that you did in year 8, which would be 4x plus 6 is equal to 2x plus 14. So imagine that's an equal sign. How would you solve that in year 8? This is what you'd do. You'd say which side of the symbol, the left or the right, do we have most x's? Well, there are 4 x's on the left, there's 2 x's on the right. So that means we're going to collect the x's on the left. So we're going to leave the 4x on the left hand side. I'm going to write it over here, the answer, because there's not enough space underneath. So 4x on the left. I'm going to pick up that 2x, I'm going to drag it across the other side. Remember how that works in year 8, that becomes minus 2x. Then you put the symbol, less than, and then you leave the numbers on the right hand side. So the plus 14 stays where it is, it doesn't change sign, so I just put 14. I can drop the plus if it's the first thing I'm writing down. That means plus 14. I now pick up the plus 6 and I drag that to the other side, and a plus 6 becomes minus 6 on the other side. Now tidy up. So 4x take away 2x is 2x on the left is less than, and on the right hand side 14 take 6 is 8. So we've got 2x's are less than 8. We need to find out what x is, so you've got to get rid of that 2. Now 2x means 2 times x, or x times 2. So if I get rid of the 2, take it to the other side, so leave the symbol in the middle. The times by 2 is going to become a divide by 2. So the 2 goes to the bottom line of a fraction. The 8 hasn't gone anywhere, so that remains on the top. So you get x must be less than 8 shared by 2. And so the final answer is x is less than 4. And what this basically means is that any x number you pick which is less than 4 will make that a true statement. So you could have x equals 3, x equals 2, x equals 1, x equals 0, x equals minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. But you could also have decimals. You could have x equals 3.5 would work. So if you put 3.5 in there, 4 lots of 3.5 plus 6, 2 lots of 3.5 plus 14, you would find that that works out to be less than that for x equals 3.5. So there is a whole range of answers described by x is less than 4 which make that work. X is less than 4 is the final answer. Okay, next let's try, I'll do number 4, so I'll move this up a little bit. I'll do number 4 here. 8q is less than 3q plus 25. 8q, 3q. More q's on the left. So 8q, take the 3q over, becomes minus 3q, is less than, and then leave the plus 25 on the right, that stays as 25. So on the left you've got 5q's, less than 25 on the right. Get rid of the 5, so q is less than 25, and the times by 5 becomes a share by 5. So q is less than 25, share by 5 is 5. So q is any number less than 5. So again, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, or any of the decimals, like 4.2, 3.8, minus 6.4, all of those are answers that q could be. So because there's so many of them, we just write down any q answer, less than 5 will work. And that's the answer. Okay, let's have a look at another question. Let's have a look at, let's pick number 7, 9n, 5n. 9n is more than 5n, so you say 9n, leave it alone, take the 5n to the other side, you get minus 5n. Is bigger than, is more than, 2 stays put, doesn't change sign, plus 2 then, we can drop the plus if it's the first thing we write down. And then the minus 2, drag it to the other side, the minus 1, drag it to the other side, becomes a plus 1. So on the left you've got 4n's. more than 2 plus 1 is 3. Don't want 4n, I want n, so get rid of the 4. It's a times 4, take it to the other side. The 3 stays put, and the times 4 becomes a divide 4. Now this one here is slightly different because you'll find that n is more than 3 shared by 4. Now 3 shared by 4 is not a nice answer, so what we'll do is we'll leave it as a fraction. 3 shared by 4 is just 3/4. So that means that any n value which is bigger than 3/4 will work. So n equals 1, n equals 2, n equals 3, n equals 4, all those will work. But it also means any decimal bigger than 3/4 would work. So, for example, n is 0.9 would work because 0.9 is bigger than 3/4. 3/4 is 0.75. So n equals 0.9 would work. So there's the final answer, and the whole range of answers for n must be bigger than 3/4 for it to work. Okay, let's do one more towards the bottom. Let's do number 10. 8n, 2n, more n's on the left. So 8n minus 2n on the left is greater than or equal to. That means greater than or equal to. And then plus 7 just stays where it is, 7. You can drop the plus. Doesn't change sign. 8n take 2n is 6n, more than or equal to 7. Get rid of the 6, take 6 to the other side. N is greater than or equal to, this is n times 6. On the other side it becomes divide by 6. 7 stays put. So you end up with n being bigger than or equal to 7 over 6. Now 7 over 6 is not a nice answer. It means 7/6. Leave the answer like that. If you want to help with this question, you could write that as n bigger than or equal to, and then 7/6 would change into 1 whole and 1/6. If you think about it, 6 over 6, 6/6 is 1 whole. So if we've got 7/6, that's 1 whole, that's 6/6, plus an extra 1/6. So n must be bigger than or equal to 1 and 1/6. Okay, so any n value bigger than 1 and 1/6 will work. So 2 would work, 3 will work, 4 will work. Any decimals bigger than 1 and 1/6, so 1.5 would work. Any fraction bigger than 1 and 1/6 would work, so 1 and 7/8 would work. All those are acceptable answers. But you don't have to think about them, just write down that answer and that's the final answer. Notice as well that this could be equal to, greater than or equal to 1 and 1/6. So 1 and 1/6 itself, or 7/6 if you like, is an acceptable answer here because it can equal 1 and 1/6. It can equal 7/6. So there you go. I've done 4 of these 12 examples on this worksheet. I'll let you try all the others, and you can self-check and self-mark from the answers on the website for the rest of the ones I haven't done.